Oh,
This 15 question.
I didn't forget my thing, Ted.
I don't put mine on.
I didn't put mine down. I'm not sure I can. I guess I.
What's even? Walk you guys. What's vibrating? Vibrating. How you doing, Carol? Might be. Oh my. Sound like it's Greg is not sitting there.
See, very over here.
Yeah, so you said he's gonna show up earlier.
So we need another chief.
Well, he's just gonna look at it. There's a lot of evacuations for me. Yeah, I think one person was there.
Well, I'm glad to see you're feeling better this week.
Well, for us,
My old lead wants to go on this. Been texting back and forth with the doctor this morning.
well,
She said, yep, that cough can really hang on because it's really nagging.
we got one person.
I, for some odd reason, did not print off enough of the
I'm just scared of all.
upcoming bids. There's one right there, or
Where I looked at.
always try and give me one so you're.
If I could divide it out to where one person's doing one thing, one does something else, and.
Doc yesterday.
Oh, where is that? I mean, there's too many people trying to-
No, you guys just on
69,436.
I'm fine. Purpose is just.
Yeah, right.
It'll be down.
It's on the house. I don't think anything,
Just enlisted.
Hey, what's that? I gotta run, you right back.
So,
Okay.
be back. All day, yes.
Oh, my God.
Can you still get your car registration done? Never, I never know what he's got. I used to do it online and I. Yeah, have to go. Totally forgot about it.
Yeah, Brian. Oh, Saturday.
Shouldn't have to take. You know,
They know what.
so. Cops know when they're- Hey, Liz. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
You gonna eat those?
Retired lawn.
Yeah. That. I don't wanna, I wanna make sure. What he needs.
Mates, will be our next.
Right.
Are you? Good to meet you. And this is. Hey, it's good to meet you all. It's smart job. It's jockey that.
I don't care what you say, there's no way to eat one of those nicely. I get this stuff all over the place.
A lot of these folks, including 3 or 4 of us are delegates. Okay, no. Well, it's great to meet you. I think I've got. Yeah. Yes. Before we get started, we have a couple of folks who don't
Thank you.
often get to this neck of the woods, who are next door at the Republican Women's Conference, you know, huge group, and several of them, Jason
Hello.
Garborough, you may have heard of, he'll stick his head in here a little bit. Cody Mize, who's the designated preacher in the program. Mays Middleton is the, I like to call it incoming Attorney General. And I'm sorry,
Melinda.
Melinda is representing, Tim
Thomas Smith,
Thomas Smith, who is likely to be.
the 44 Vales Place Street, he's in the runoff.
Yes, oh, that's, they're in the run. So just thought it would be good for you all to get to see and meet real life, heroes, as they say, so that if we ever get in trouble, I don't know what names. Sure, boss probably will, but I don't know. the names. I haven't heard them, so.
Melinda does have something that she wants to read off to us real quick. And we'll get to it.
All right, this is a message from Thomas Smith, runoff candidate for our statewide Court of Criminal Appeals, Place 3. I appreciate the opportunity to share this message with you. I grew up in a tiny town of 400 people in Appalachia, where our Vice President JD Vance is also from. And thanks to great parents, a strong work ethic, and the hand of God, I became the first person in our family to graduate from law school. I was then invited to be a law clerk for conservative Thomas Moyer, Chief Justice of the Ohio Supreme Court, before I moved to Texas 27 years ago. For the past 10 years, I have worked tirelessly as a Special Assistant Attorney General for the Criminal Justice in the Texas AG's office, fighting back against leftist Soros DAs and their anti-police, pro-criminal agenda. I was one of just 2 lawyers who helped the legislature write our ban on sanctuary cities, and was also an election integrity lawyer for President Trump in Arizona in 2020. I've seen firsthand the damage radical leftists are trying to inflict on our society, and we must have tough judges who will not tolerate it, especially on our state's highest criminal court. The Texas Court of Criminal Appeals must always have judges who protect the rule of law, seek conservative justice, and relentlessly work to keep Texans safe, especially our children. Having come from a family where my grandfather was a delegate for Barry Goldwater in 1964, I am the only lifelong conservative Republican in this race. Unlike my opponent, I have never worked for Democrats. I will be the rock solid, dependable, conservative jurist that you want, expect, and deserve. I ask for your support, and remember, Thomas Smith, Place 3, lifelong conservative, and visit my website at smithfortexas.org. Thank you, and I will make every effort to come visit y'all soon.
This is rare for the superintendent. I don't know, if y'all know how lucky y'all are. As your superintendent, in Austin, we're always dealing with people that are trying to, men and women dresses and, trying to teach, kids about LGBTQ and they hate America and, that we're a nation founded on slavery and, we're socialism, which is equality of outcome. We're about equality of opportunity and, he really represents the best of Texas and the best of our values and making sure kids learn it.
He's got more orange ties than.
Yeah, that's right. He's gonna be here for another 20 years.
That's good.
Probably got 9 before I can retire. So a little bit longer. Yeah.
We'll get you past retired.
Yeah.
Look, there were very few, I put prayer and back in public school, that was a law that I changed the sessions, wrote, also 10 Commandments. Guess who showed up? Guess who I got letters from supporting that? Guess who said, thank you for passing this?
Yeah.
I'll never forget that, because for about every one positive, there's about 900 negative. From the left that's saying it's harmful, like James Talarico was represented.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so what I did for James Talarico is I donated 10 Commandments posters to all the schools in his district and his honor. But I knew we weren't gonna have any problem with video. So I was gonna go up like that on about day 2.
Yeah. No, sir.
So thank you. Yeah, let's go.
I have no idea.
Run for Attorney General.
Oh, they're all moving in.
He run for Attorney General.
What's his name? Man?
Yeah, but you. He gave us one card when he said election,
Oh, cool.
run off election. Only one I'm got. May the. May the 2nd or something? I'm not sure. No, May the 2nd. Is the run. May the 5th. Okay.
By anniversary.
So you have early voting.
I'll
Yes, they will.
Oh, you got to set that up.
I'm leaving May the 2nd. Be back for the 2nd. No.
You
You'll have to-
decided.
you'll have to do it earlier. Yeah, and she was gonna put the on the flower. And I was going.
Yes, sir. I have a quick video on the show. but-
No, my probably. Go look and see what else needs to.
I've got very good slide, you know. I think really pretty good. I think I'm gonna be able to play the piano. Yeah, I can, yeah. That sounds the same.
No. Yep. Right, you can stop it. Okay.
Right. I said more like, I can, but it's not. I can write like this. Very careful. Okay, so. I'm so. You can move around.
You got another one?
That's why I'm trying to look up.
Can you do the, no, we saw that there's Sunday.
I was just gonna be.
She's gonna do it?
I do it with two cats, but it's not another time.
So I want these people over here to hear us.
Sound the same.
I know. We.
I don't know if I can do.
I don't care who you are, nobody can keep that last year. I'll run you over.
Like maybe I got American honey, the brownie, we have to lick your smell things.
We ended up short-handed on our upcoming events sheets. There are a couple of them floating around. You might want to take a picture of it if it's, something that you want.
Oh, God, we're in a mess on there.
You're awesome.
I forgot. Oh, this is good. This is good. I can touch down there and usually reach.
Appreciate
All right, take care. God bless.
This is the second one.
All the good.
You got it right. Perfect.
Oh, yeah. All right. You didn't get a bell yet.
We hadn't built it.
Some of it's for part of Cody's parade, so he's praying soon.
Are you gonna ring the bell?
I'll wait until I knew everything was set up here. We're done. Mr. Frank, if you could, please. There we go. Well, good after busy afternoon to everyone here. I'm glad all of you are here. And I don't think, did you?
I didn't do it.
It's not working. Perfect, thank you. He is our expert audio and video person. I really enjoy that. Do we have any prayer requests? Yes, sir.
Right now, my brother-in-law should be coming out of surgery from having gallbladder removed this morning.
It's Apple. All right. Anyone else? Yes, sir.
My wife. Who has cancer.
Yes.
Also taught. All right. All right, and I think that must be it. Cody, would you please?
Sure. Father, we thank you for the day and we thank you for the opportunity to gather here today. And Father, you've heard the request of your people. This morning, we pray for Dwayne's brother-in-law who's coming out of surgery, having his gallbladder removed. So Father, we just pray for successful operation and speedy recovery. Father, be with his care team as they provide care for him today. And God, I just pray that everything works out just as you have it planned today, God, with that. And we lift up Scott's wife to you as she continues to go through her cancer treatments, God. We just turn this situation over to you and pray that your will would be done in her life. And, we lift Scott up during this time as he supports her and cares for her as well. God, we thank you for our club. Thank you for the opportunity to serve our community. And Father, we just pray that everything that is said and done here today would be pleasing in your sight. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. All right, and Sergeant Lawrence, if you'd lead us in our pledges, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. Do you need help walking up there?
Now, we are in for a treat today. This is where we sing the Rotary song and the America song. But okay, so we may be doing only the Rotary song today. But Miss Gail broke her thumb and yet has decided to still play for us. I don't know if that's because she enjoys playing or she does not enjoy our singing.
Quarantine, hanging on one that smells rotary. Quarantine, hanging on one is no one can see. From north to south, from east to west, east of hey, quarantine, they are one. That spells Rotary.
That works. Here you go.
My country, sweet land of the United That's right. From every sun,
Let's give Miss Gail a hand.
Hey! Need a hand.
Yes, she needs a hand. I'd get it myself, but I don't have thumbs. Sorry, that's commercial. Moving on. Again, thank you, Miss Gail, for that. We appreciate that. Well, we appear to be all family here today, so we're going to move right on into announcements and Rotary information. And May 2nd, we have our district learning assembly coming up, and registration for that ends this week. So you need to make sure if you're wanting to come to the learning assembly, you need to get that, go to the link. I've emailed that out. If you still don't have it, let me know and I will send you the link again. It's a great opportunity. This is what I went to when I really figured out what Rotary was all about. And seeing all the different things that they do, it just blew me away. And at that point, my heart was set, and I've been a big supporter of Rotary. The cost is $40. However, it includes breakfast and lunch. We still need some volunteers for that as well. So that just means coming in early, helping with the setup, and then if you can stay to the end of it and help tear some stuff down. Any questions over that? They're wanting to, have the doors open at 7. I told them that, Chef Tyler would probably already have them open at that point. Probably at the latest 8 o'clock that morning, start getting everything set up. Right, next up is, we are in need of a foundation chairperson. So my understanding, we need to fill Roy's spot. And here's what's on the line, $119. So if we don't have a chairperson, we're not able to put something into the computer that this is that person, which means Roy may be stuck in that position. We do have the opportunity of losing the money that we would normally do a share with, which is $119. So if you've ever thought about being in a position that's not overtaxing. Yes, sir.
Could you explain what's the responsibility of it?
Sure. So the foundation chair does a lot of different things as far as coming up and speaking about the foundation, talking about how it is a 501(c), how anybody who gives to it does get that tax credit on that as well. It's also about setting up committees to help build money for, or to, what am I trying to say? Events that will help raise money for the foundation itself also. And Roy, is there anything else I'm missing with that?
No, but I think part of what Bill could shed some light as well is where we give our money. Whether it's to Polio Plus or to the general, Rotary International
Annual fund.
annual fund, annual fund. That makes a difference whether we have matching funds at the end of 3 years. So those are the kind of things that we can definitely have a presentation about that in the near future would be good.
Any questions over that? Next up is the East Texas Food Bank. That is coming up on April 30th. And how many do we have registered, Bill?
We've got 20. It really should be up close to 30.
Okay.
Well, we've seen equipment, correct me if I'm wrong. When we're up around 30, we get everything done on time. All packaged, done within an hour. And if you're below that, they're sending about 14,000 pounds of food. Wow. And this past time, everything was packed, had to be packed, except for the cabbages. So there's 4 or 5 produces that had to be packed. You just need a lot of hands.
Yeah.
So
We have Fellowship of Christian Athletes. We don't know who they might bring.
Okay.
Oh,
And that they already committed to.
They have expressed interest.
Bill, do y'all have a link which you can send me, where I can send that to Adam McIntyre on how to score this one and Coach Moore?
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
That's always helpful, because they have to go in and sign, like everybody has to sign.
it'd be better if they did.
Yeah.
But if they're students, I would encourage you guys to do the same kind of, what is the thing, a waiver?
Yeah.
For offsite. Field trips or whatever.
Mhm.
You probably want that same kind of thing for this. Even though it's not in your parking lot.
Okay.
I'll send it to you
Okay.
later today.
Okay.
So the food bank distribution, that is something that I really enjoy doing. I have a blast when I go out there, even when they put me on doing the onions, right? However, there's a great chance I'm gonna miss this one. And here's the reason why. I first owe a big thank you to Roy and to Beth. And who else has helped me out here at different times? I'm sure there's others. But for the past 4 or 5 months, I've been working, actually not working. I've been doing everything while holding my breath. And I'm not sure if y'all could get through a meeting and still do everything that you do, and the whole time you're holding your breath. But that's what it has been like for me for the past 4 or 5 months. My last paycheck was December 15th. And my wife and I, we have struggled all the way through. Well, I accepted a position as manager over, in Van at Love's Truck Stop.
Yay.
I thought this would be something. This will be something temporary. It'll get me by. Oh no. If y'all have ever looked into what Love's Truck Stop is, there are so many organizations involved in that. That after I complete my 6 months, which by the way is working for Carl's Jr., even though I'm a Love's employee, Love's actually has a franchise. All the little restaurants you see are franchised through Love's. So I actually will be a Love's employee. But there are so many opportunities with that. Now, why do I bring all that up? I'm going to be gone for training. It's going to be 6 weeks.
Wow.
Right. So I will be home on weekends. So the things coming up, May 2nd, May 9th, stuff like that, I will be here for that. However, I will be gone through the week. And I'm looking, mind you, I just found all this out yesterday. I'm looking for somebody to step in temporarily as president while I will send you all the information you need. I just need somebody who can stand here at the podium and look better than me. And
Shoot, I was gonna do it till then.
Well, give me a mask.
it's basically just do the announcements. So if that's something that you would not mind filling in for me, I would greatly appreciate that. Just let me know. All right, any questions over anything, or is there anything that we need to cover before we go into our presentation? All right. Well, then, if you would help me welcome Cody Mines, who's our committee chair for Service Pathways. Thank you, Cody. Thanks, sir.
And like any good educators, there's handouts today as well.
Yeah.
Take copies and pass those around, so.
Will they
if
be?
you wanted to, write some notes, or you have a question or something, you can write that down.
Will there be a quiz?
Stop at that sign, so
Will there be a quiz?
there will not be. On this. I appreciate John giving me the opportunity to speak about this, and there was a lot of work that went in behind the scenes to develop a service-based pathway to the Paul Harris Fellow. And traditionally, it's been known, and I'm going to show you a video here in just a second. There was a club, I believe it's Glipsby Club, their Rotary Club. They did a really good video about who Paul Harris was and about that fellowship and how you earn that. And this is an alternative way to be able to earn that. So a lot of work that went in behind this and trying not to make it too complicated, but something that we could all pursue. And so if you've never seen Mr. Paul Harris, this is a photo of him. And I'm going to show you this quick video. We can maneuver over to YouTube real quick.
You got a lot of time working.
Working man.
I do.
No, that's not so many. I keep.
What my brain feels like.
Can y'all hear that okay? Playing out of the computer, but not here. Is that okay?
By the time of his death in 1947, at the age of 79, Rotary had grown to more than 200,000 members in 75 countries. In lieu of flowers, Paul Harris let it be known that he preferred contributions to the Rotary Foundation. The foundation is Rotary International's primary fundraising method and currently supports Rotary's 7 main areas of focus. The Paul Harris Fellow recognition acknowledges individuals who contributed or who have contributions made in their name of $1,000 to the Rotary Foundation. Rotary established the recognition in 1957 to encourage and show appreciation for substantial contributions to what was then the Foundation's only program. I refers her to Ambassador Grant scholarships. Within Rotary, there are several recognitions programs named in honor of Rotary founder Paul Harris. The most well-known recognition is the Paul Harris Medal. This honor is bestowed on Rotarians and non-Rotarians. In Paul Harris's honor, individual Rotary clubs choose Paul Harris fellows who meet the high professional and personal standards set by the founder and exemplify the line, service of self. The Rotary Club of Grimsby traditionally honors the recipients at a fundraising dinner, and they receive a special certificate, a gold pin, and a gold medallion on the blue and gold ribbon. 2021 requires all Rotary clubs worldwide to pivot and honor Rotarians and non-Rotarians alike in a different way.
And that kind of gives you a little bit of that video talking about, the COVID time period, but I thought they did a good job of putting that together to kind of give you an idea of what that is really all about. So, what's that?
That was a good picture of Moose.
Oh, yeah. So obviously the way that you earn one, the traditional way is that you would donate $1,000 to the foundation program. And so there's many of you that are in this room that have been able to do that. And you've earned your first Paul Harris Fellowship. There's others that have donated much more than that, and you've earned multiple awards. And so this is an opportunity for members to be able to earn the Paul Harris Fellow in a little bit of an alternate method, and sometimes even combining the two, because we talked about that and created that as part of our plan. So kind of what was the purpose and vision about this? To recognize and celebrate the impactful service of Rotary members who do embody the motto service above self, and being able to incorporate them and give them an alternative pathway to be able to earn one of these distinctions and designations. So here's the eligibility criteria. If you have not earned a Paul Harris Fellow, here's some of the criteria that you have to have. You got to be a member of the Rotary Club and be in good standing. You can't have the Paul Harris Fellow recognition yet. So if you've already got it, the service-based pathway is not for you. But if you haven't earned one yet, this is an opportunity for you to be able to do that. And then the last part is a 2-year timeline to be able to earn this through service. Okay. And so we're going to dive into the nuts and bolts of kind of how this is done, how you can earn that if you desire to do that. And we'll look at that on this slide. So that's pretty much all I got there. So we'll turn our attention to the handout and just kind of walk through this. And kind of the best way to do this is when you see service units, I just kind of put the math to them and say, each service unit's $10. Is that fair to say that? My math add up, that's 1,000. So that gets you to 1,000. So each service unit you see here, $10.
Need 100 service.
Need 100 service units. Yes, sir. And so we've got it broke down into different categories. And this kind of gives you an idea. Let me go back to say this, and we'll talk about this more at the end. But real good note taking, and I don't know if we do this as a club. We probably need to, but like sign-in sheets when we have activities and different things, so we can log those hours and see who's doing what would be helpful, because that'll be a part of, if you decide that you want to try to earn this designation, that'll be a part of that, is being able to show those hours that you've earned. And so let's just work through each one of those. So you've got direct service opportunities. These are hands-on Rotary service projects, international or local humanitarian trips, and then mentoring students and youth. And you can kind of see how each of those are broke down to how many service units that you can earn. And there's also a maximum on some of those as well. So you can't go to all one category and get it all there. We want you to be diversified just a little bit. And then number 2, leadership and planning. Minimum of 20 SUs there. And this may be leading one of our club service projects, serving on a committee, or leading community trainings or workshops, or participating in those would count towards that as well.
So quick
Yeah.
thing on that.
Yes, sir.
I would think that leading the East Texas Food Bank Mineola, if you've already got one, you've already got one. You have flyers? You do, you don't. So you two guys that are doing East Texas Food Bank are one of the 4 leaders. Right?
Yeah, I would think so, 100%. Yeah. Any of our electronic recycling, any other event, I would think showing up at the Admirable Yellow Jacket Society meeting, supporting that, supporting the kids, all of those things could count towards hours and getting involved in this.
Hot Wheels,
Hot Wheels, great example.
golf
Yeah.
tournament.
Golf tournament, yes.
Yeah,
Mul-
but you had a lot of
multiple
recent activities, but I would try to make sure you get attendance for those. Especially for the people that don't have a Paul Harris.
Yeah.
Bracket, so
Yeah.
Absolutely. So a couple of the optional items, Rotary promotion and engagement, hosting a program or a guest speaker, and I know that John usually takes care of that, but if you have ideas and suggest and want to introduce that person, and I think that would all count towards something like that. Writing Rotary focused articles, blog, this may be something just, how do you promote Rotary Club on your social media platform? Or do you share things or what you share, when it comes to marketing or advertising? And then coordinating Rotary public events. So if the Rotary Club sponsors XYZ, and this is a public event that we're supporting, we're backing, organizing those counts towards service units as well. And then you got the advocacy and fundraising support. That's optional up to 20 SUs securing local sponsorships. If you're talking to businesses and want them to become one of our corporate partners, that's a great way to earn service units there. And then supporting fundraising events and being involved in those, when they come up. And so we talked about the golf tournament, and that was a huge success, which would definitely count towards earning some of those hours and service units, to be able to do that. Documentation needed. This is the real important part, okay? So if you're committed to doing this and you want to pursue this pathway, we talked about the service logs already and just making sure that we have a log of the hours that were worked, the project that was done. Short reflection and write-ups, kind of what you did as far as volunteering, kind of what that looks like. Obviously, there's photos, flyers from those events, obviously to prove that that did exist. We go on our Facebook page and everything is updated there. I think we've got pictures from every one of our events. I don't know, do we do electronic recycle? Do we post a?
We do.
Do we do? Yeah, so we've got, I mean, the flyers are out there, the pictures are out there. So that's an easy place to capture that information. And then we discussed the committee that would review these meeting biannually to just kind of look through and provide suggestions and any input on what that looks like as somebody goes through that process. So that would happen in January and July, when those reviews would be done. And so qualified members, they're awarded their Paul Harris Fellow Pin and certificate and submitted to the Rotary Foundation as a service-based pathway for achievement. So why this matters, why we put it together, okay? Expands the access for the Paul Harris Fellow for all Rotarians. It honors your service is equal to financial contribution. Not everybody's able to do $1,000. Or some people would take a really long time. But through your service, you're committing that time and that energy and that effort. We want that to be recognized. And so that's why we thought that this pathway was important. Increases club engagement and leadership, and then amplifies our club's visible impact in the community as well. And the last part, so, you know, we talked about mentorship program, but this is more of the committee as we sit down to review those people that are going through that process, just giving some encouragement and talking about different activities and just helping that person along as they focus on that goal. And then also the hybrid credit option, which is great because I was looking back at my foundational support. I think I'm like at $480. So I've got a little ways financially before I would get to the Paul Harris Fellow. But through service-based pathway, I mean, I could earn that first one much quicker by logging those hours and being able to do that. So you may be in my situation, or you may be in a situation where you haven't done much on the foundation side, and that's cool. That's okay. You want to earn it through the service units, go for it. But we can look at a hybrid of those things as well to be able to qualify you for that first one. So digital logging tool, that's just information for you. If you want to keep things in Google Sheet or however you want to organize that and share that out. But there's a variety of ways you can do that. Some of you like a notebook and just do it the old fashioned way. Some of you might want an electronic record. I think the committee would be very flexible in how we reviewed that to recommend people for the Paul Harris Fellow through service-based pathway. So any questions on that? Go for it, Bill. Go for it.
A couple quick.
Yeah.
So on the recognition, the January and July, in that process, are you guys physically transferring Paul Harris points into a person's account, Rotary International?
Great question. I don't know. That's a great question. I think we discussed that as a committee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause the second half of why I was asking that is, right now, it's a 2-for-1. If you donate dollars into the foundation right now, and there's only so many points there, it's one of these where you gotta grab fast or they're gone.
Mhm.
I wanna, is it 100,000 points?
I think 100,000 max is what we.
Max is what they'll give out, but you can do 2-for-1. So in your case, you know, if you do 250, they're gonna give you another 250. So you're 500, so you're within 80 points.
Yeah.
And if you combine that with this stuff, they can see all the points on the Rotary International, what they currently have. And then they can determine what they wanna do.
Mhm.
Do more services or put in so many dollars.
That brings up a really good point because in Cody's example, if he did 200 more points, so that'd be, you're at 480 now, that would make you 880, and then somebody else donate 120 points and you're there.
Right.
But that's what it would come down to is
Or $60.
for $60, yeah,
I
but
mean,
120 points,
right.
because they'd have to come from another member,
Yeah.
they have to come from somewhere.
I just want to bring up, and I've told all the people that are doing this, the
Mhm.
people that are donating through the treasury, okay? I wait until we get the 2-for-1 and I do a multi-donor form and I put all of you guys' money back there. So at the end of this week, they will have all of your money that you've donated that has not yet gone because of, we wait for the 2-for-1. It just makes sense.
Yeah, look, you do that, but then I think there's some time period before the district actually does that. I don't think they do it immediately, but you're gonna take care of that.
Yeah,
They,
Speaking for the
They-
2-for-1, Lou,
they've done it quite quickly.
Okay.
on the 2-for-1, how much longer does that go?
It's May
May
the
31st
first.
this year.
May 30th?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not set every single year, and I was telling my wife on the way here, I've been asked to coordinate that starting next year.
Right.
From Tom DeWitt, who's got a pacemaker and he's sick and stuff, but yeah, it would be every year, and that's it's not set in any kind of stone, but they do have a matching campaign every year that we've been Rotarians,
At least one minute.
at least one matching campaign, so yeah.
Right.
It would make sense, like Lou says, for us to everybody to take advantage of it.
And Bill, y'all have implemented this in your club equipment. How many people have earned their service-based pathway to Paul Harris Fellow?
Well, we had 6 that had not,
Uh-huh.
and of the 6, I think 2 got it through that, and another one got it. Another member has donated points.
Yeah.
And we've got 3 others that are anywhere from they're 500 up to 700 points from that. So they're within.
And did y'all incorporate that into your club goals as far as trying to get everyone at least on that pathway to Paul Harris Fellow?
I don't think Mike did that this year.
Mhm.
But it's something that I would have done it.
Yeah.
And I would have pushed for it because those 300 people are so close.
Mhm.
But again, you gotta get them up to either doing the services or to donating the dollars to get there.
Right.
But there's only 3 members that I'm aware of, right? Right, I think it's only 3
If that, yeah.
that don't have it, and they're relatively new members.
Mhm.
Well, and that's the point I was thinking about too. Is once we get all of our members having the first Paul Harris, then our points become, the service-based pathway, we're looking at new members of the club and so forth, because once we're all Paul Harris, at least Paul Harris fellows, then nobody else needs those transfer points.
Right. It doesn't mean that you can't do that,
Yeah, you can still do that for plus
but you can't earn it from service to.
from service
From
paid,
Bailey.
yeah. But so this is, the best thing about this is it can enable us to have all of our members be Paul Harris Fellows,
Yeah.
which is the great thing.
Sure.
And doing services to get it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Any other question, Wayne? Yes.
Yeah, so leading community trainings or workshops,
does that need to be a Rotary specific event? Or can it be CPR first aid training in the community?
Committee?
Well, I thought the same question myself.
Yeah.
Because a lot of us do a lot of other volunteer type things.
Sure.
But typically, well, not typically, Rotary, the Paul Harris Fellow points have been donations to Rotary.
Mhm.
And then, so I'm thinking in the case of that, it might be that we need to make it Rotary project.
Centric.
Do what? Yeah,
Rotary Centric.
yes, Rotary centric. That's my thought anyway.
I wonder if you did, like if you did a CPR training and you said, hey, I'm doing this on behalf of, I'm representing the Mineola Rotary Club as we provide this training today.
We brought it in here and did it as,
Brought to you on behalf of the Rotary Club,
did it as,
where that notoriety and that advertising gets done.
Yeah.
we could even do like thumb surgery or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
2-for-1 matching deal.
Yeah, yeah.
That may or may not matter.
John, yes.
So ultimately, as far as tracking the logs and everything else, it's probably one of those things that doesn't need to be said, but needs to be said. It's gonna fall on the person themselves.
Sure.
To
Yeah.
make sure that everything is tracked and done, and they can show that, hey, they can bring it to the committee for the committee to check them.
Any other questions about this? The goal of just presenting it was obviously the board worked on this, the committee worked on this, made the recommendation to the board recommended the club approved this, but it's just getting this information back in front of you again, where you can hang on to it, take it with you, see if this is what's best for you. And if it's not, that's okay. It's the beauty of our club. You got a couple of different options on how to reach this.
So are we the only club that does this?
Now, Equipment's Club, there's probably several. I don't know.
Strictly started, but where this came from, a couple of years ago, John Jetter threw out one of these little nuggets of his and said, there's a bunch of clubs that actually donate points into people who get Paul Harris. And that was the nucleus of getting this thing started. Because there are other clubs that have been doing this for a while. And it's knowing the ins and outs of doing different things, and John Jetter's been around a long time. And so it came from him. There are other clubs doing this.
Serve, yes.
Anything else? All right. Thank you very much.
How many service centers did you just earn?
At least a couple. Yeah.
Hey, John, I don't know if anybody mentioned the car show.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody mentioned the car show? Well, my point in this is that there are 3 clubs involved in this car show. And Rotary has got to show that we have earned the right to take part of that money by getting sponsors or getting raffle prizes or something, but we've got to show that we are participating in this and not just sitting back and letting everybody else do it. I know that Kiwanis has a bunch of sponsors. I don't know what else I don't know what the pilot club has done yet, but they're usually really good about getting either sponsors or or gifts, raffle items. But somehow or another, we have got to show that we have earned our third of whatever monies come from that car show, which is another, could do a checkbox on this program for going out and getting sponsor money or whatever.
Exactly. What kind of raffle items are we looking for?
The people I ask usually give us like a basket, depending on who it is. Like I know Marcel in the past has given us a basket of goodies. The theater gives us tickets and popcorn. The Watt House usually does something. A couple of others, just all the different. Just do you have something that you can offer as a raffle item?
Does it have to be someplace located here in Mineola, or can it be outskirts?
Well, Guess it could be outskirts, but, I don't know. Logan also usually gives us something for that too, so do what? Good.
Was there another comment back to the back?
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
There's always a comment from that corner.
Said, why not have a Carl's Jr. refund from van?
Oh.
You know what? We should find a manager that works.
Is that what you meant, outskirts?
Well, yes, exactly. I mean, we look at the cities that are around here. Yeah. And there's Grants Lane, there's Van, there's Quitman.
Certainly,
hit
if you
up
know
those
people
places.
at any of those places that would be interested, it would be, I don't know, we just, it could be Tyler, but because a lot of people go to Tyler quite often.
You choose the correct restaurants, I bet you they would. Yes, so that sounds great. So when I show up with something from Carl's Jr. And I will. Not just a hamburger, no.
Change your life.
I'll settle for a hamburger.
What does that mean? The rest of y'all are gonna show up with,
Got an extra.
right? Put me on the spot, I'll put you to the challenge. And just so y'all know that Service Club's car show, that is gonna be on June 27th. I heard from Jennifer, and that is a set in stone date for that now as well. And then, of course, East Texas Food Bank is coming up April 30th. And Admirable Yellow Jackets Intermediate School at 2:30. That is going to be on May 8th. If you have not been to that, that is incredible. It was a great time. And Fiesta de Mayo, that's with the chamber, that's on May 9th.
We do have a
LED
booth. We do
bulb.
have a booth. Have you gotten the invoice right?
Yeah, she sent the invoice,
Okay.
yeah.
So we have a booth.
Again, that goes back to me talking earlier about thank y'all for helping me and getting me through all this. This past 4 or 5 months has been rather hectic trying to make everything work, and my concentration was not here, but it is now. And Carl's Jr. stuff is coming first. What is there anything else we need to discuss?
We have a murder mystery here Saturday night.
Yes, I heard y'all are gonna have a waiter that is awesome.
I know.
What?
Cody will be awesome.
Yeah.
Fantastic. We've already got a replacement. We've already received a replacement actor who's gonna come in. So
Yeah.
that is gonna be great as well.
Yes.
So if you get the opportunity, how much are tickets?
$35.
Tickets are $35 a piece. You get
Benefits.
dinner with that, and you get to see somebody murdered. So
No, check should be made out to Pilot Club.
Pilot Club.
Pilot Club.
oh, good to know.
Except for that, like,
See it at the door.
okay.
Yeah. And I think some people have sent checks, but I don't know how to do that. I'm not in the pilot. You did?
Yeah, so me.
All right, anything else? Then if I could have all of you stand. The 4-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Number 1 is true. Number 2,
Is it fair? Stop.
number 3, number 4,
Will it be?
Excellent.
5.
Will it be?
There we go. Thank you, everyone.
So when is your training gonna start?